Let me hope you are doing very well at home. We are also doing very well. I think you are taking care, you take care of yourself very well on COVID-19. Everybody is not okay right now, but we should not be worried, because if we are okay, we follow what the health people are telling us, everything is going to be fine. So today we're going to have online lesson. We are proceeding on with our lesson, but we are going to have a new topic. We did not learn it when we are at school. Our topic today is all about ancient life. Ancient life. I think it's a new topic to us, but one of the best topics we're going to have right now. So we have new words here today. I can call them either maybe vocabulary, maybe I've never heard about them, but don't know exactly what they mean. The word ancient means very old, or having existed for a long time. Means very old or having existed for a long time. What do you mean by existed for a long time? When you hear the word existing for a long time, it means something that was there, but long time ago. Another thing here we're going to see, ancient life existed here in Tanzania up to 19th century. It existed here in Tanzania up to 19th century. So what we're going to look at it right now here, we're going to see long time ago, people were there like the way we are living here. The life we are living right now has changed. But what about our ancestors, our great-grandfathers? How were they living? That's where we came with the word ancient life. So we're going to look at how the life was long time ago. As we heard from the beginning, it means very old. So we're going to see how life was there long time ago here in Tanzania. But this type of life, it existed here in our country up to 19th century. So here, ancient way of life was grouped into two major parts. This way of life which existed here long time ago, we're going to find it in two categories. One, we call it communalism, way of life. And number two, we are going to see feudalism, way of life. So number one, we have communalism. And number two, we have feudalism. But now here, among these two ways of ancient life, as people they have categorized them, we are going to learn only one. Today we are going only to see one, and that is communalism. As I told you, we are going to look at the first category as way of life in ancient life, and here we shall have ancient communal society. Ancient communal society. So here again we have to know exactly what do you mean by ancient communal society. But remember from the beginning, as I told you, we are learning about how life was here long time ago. How life was here in the world a long time ago. But we're not going to look at how the life was here in the world, but exactly how life was here in Tanzania. So this ancient communal society, first of all, was the first way of life. And this communal society, it existed all over the world, and is one among the way that existed for a long time. Now here in Tanzania, this society also were there. But under ancient communal society here we are seeing their life was not almost the same like the way we have today. Here we're going to see the major means of production. Production was also there a long time ago. But during communal society, production was based much only on land, animals, forestry, and working tools. Production was based on the four categories. That was land, animals, forestry, and working tools. Like us today, when we talk about production things here, we have them here today in the society, whereby also people get production much on land. We also get production out of animals. But here we're going to see, long time ago also, those people were living there, our ancestors also, they laid much their production on forestry. As you look at forestry there right now, ancestors could get a lot of product from the forest. From the forest, there are some animals who are living over there. From the forest, there are leaves, whereby ancestors could also eat those leaves. From the forest, some of the roots were eatable by ancestors. And not only forgetting, here in the forest, as I said, there are some wild animals who are living over here. So ancestors could use those eggs, they could use the eggs of the birds, and some of the small animals were hunted, and the ancestor could use them as food. So the last year was working tools, whereby also working tools was one among the major means of production. They could use the working tools, for example, the pangas, the holes, and also some small knife, whereby they could use them to make sure they get their production in time and more effectively to them. But what about the economy? Remember, we have the means of production and we have the economy. Like today, when you refer back to our work, also our country, also we have some major parts whereby our country laid its economy. For example, here, during under communal society, we are going to see it is a bit different with what we have it today. Now, under communal society, the economy was only based much on only two categories. One was hunting, another one was gathering. One was hunting, another one was gathering. Now, what is the word hunting? Hunting means an act of getting wild animals in the forest and use them either for food. And gathering means collecting. Gathering means collecting. When here collecting, now here we are saying under communal societies, these people now could gather different things in the forest, as I told you from the beginning there. So they could gather, collect different things, and whereby from those collection of what they are collecting, it was one among to make sure they raise up the economy. So when talk about the way economy is today, is different with what was there during the communal society. When talk about how the economy is today, our country economy today, it lays much either mining, sometimes in the national park, sometimes also maybe in tourism sector there. But long time ago, it was only in hunting and in gathering. So I think now here you have seen how the communal society was. But only point to note, remember I said it was the first way of life, and it was one among the society that existed for a long time here in the world, and most of us also here in our country. Now, come back right now, we're going to see the characteristics of communal society. So how was their life? How were they? How was life under the communal society? So here number one to my chart, you see, all means of production were owned by all members of the society. All means of production were owned by all members of the society. When you talk about production, we have seen under there, production was based much on what? Remember, it was based much on land, remember, animals, forestry, and working tools. So all of those things were owned by all members of the society. If it was land, it was to belong to everybody in the society. If they are animals, all animals were belonging to everybody in the society. There was nothing like this is my land or these are my animals. Those working tools there are mine or they are for somebody. Everything in the society, they were belonging to everybody. If I'm to ask you, do you think today's life is the same? Do we share the land? Do we share land to the entire society? If we have the wild animals, talk about the domestic animals, we have them at our home. Do we share them together? I think it is no. Number two, people were treated equally. People were treated equally. So under communal society, all people were treated equally. It was nothing like discriminating one another. Everybody was to be treated in the society the same as others are treated. Either you are young or old, there is nothing like this one is either rich or this one is poor. So that's how their life was. And number third, we are seeing people worked for the interest of the community. people worked for the interest of the community. So the entire society was to work very hard. And when you are working, you're not only working for your family, you are to work for the entire of the community. And number 4, there was division of labor. There was division of labor. When you hear the word division of labor means dividing work, dividing of work. So the work was divided accordingly to age and sex, whereby the young one, they're to be given up their work, and the grown one, they are also to have their own work. When talk about either children, they are to be given out assignment to do, they were to do it. And number 5 was there were clan leaders. There were clan leaders. And these clan leaders, now, they were leaders of everything in that particular society. Today we have clan leaders, but these clan leaders, we have them in our society there, they don't work as the way they are working under communal society. Today in our society there, we have the village leaders, we have the regional leaders, and we have the countrywide leaders. But under communal society, their leadership was based much on the clan head. But surprise much, up to today here in our country, Tanzania, we still have some society that live exactly the way the communal society we are living. Who are they? So we have some societies that are still practicing this communal way of life. Who are they? We have the Maasai, we have the Adizabe, we have Tindiga, we have the Sandawe, Ndorobo, and Kiko. So these few examples here are still one among the society here in our country, whereby when you try to look at their life shows how the communal society we are living. For example, the Maasai. We all know the Maasai are cattle keepers. When you talk about the Maasai, the way they graze up their animals, that is what exactly it was there during the communal society. The Adizabe, these people live much in the forest. They still collect. They gather things. They still collect different things from the forest. So these one among here are examples of the people that are still, their life are still really telling us how the communal society was. But remember, as I told you, it was one among the way of life that existed in the world for a long time. So from here, next lesson we come, we are going to look at the second way of life and the ancient way, which is feudalism. So you have to pay attention and start asking yourself, do you think under feudalism, life was exactly like the way it was under communalism? Either no or yes. So we have to start searching. Ready before me. When I come, we shall see a lot under feudalism. But again, we're not only stopping here. We are going to have some assignments. We shall have some questions concerning the communal society. The communal society. Remember from where we started the ancient life. As I said, this ancient way of life is grouped into 2 major parts. One is communalism and the second one is feudalism. But we have only learned only one, which is communalism. So let me hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Try to see how the charts are, and you wait for my question which are going to come from here. Let me hope you are also you are still home. Don't play around. Take care of yourself. The COVID-19 is still in our environment. I'm also taking care of myself. Let me hope you also do the same with your parents. Till next time, see you each other.